her soul pet, the one who, you know, that one, the one, you know that one. So this was her soul pet, and she really wanted to, and she was a very proud woman and did not want to take any donations, but I sort of insisted because I really, really was able to tell her about the fund, and this is exactly what it's there for. So her pet's name was Oscar, and back to a little story about me. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm out of time. No. So I was going in for my double mastectomy in July, and thank you, Laura. I was going in for my double mastectomy in July, and I was in the hospital, had my pet sitted, had my business covered. I was in the hospital that morning in the gown, and my surgeon comes in and she said, I wouldn't do the surgery if I were you. I'm like, well, if you wouldn't do the surgery, we are not doing that. So weirdly, because I was on a blood thinner and they just decided it was too risky at that point, and I said, you know, Friday would have been a nice time to have heard about this because I really did a lot of work over the weekend. But as it turns out, all that work paid off because John and I rented a convertible and we went on Route 66 for 3 weeks. And we had a blast. It was surreal. I mean, it's like, I'm supposed to be recovering from surgery here, but we are having a great, great time. Okay, so, but we're leaving on this trip, and we know Oscar is the name of this woman's pet. We know it's close to time. And so John and I stopped by on our way literally out of town to talk with her and visit with her. As I walk out of her house, these 2 little yellow butterflies are flitting around my house. Now, by the way, John and I were going to leave on our trip at about 9:30 in the morning, and this is 3:30 in the afternoon. So he is a saint on this earth, but he was like ready to hit the road. So I'm walking out, and these 2 little butterflies are right around my face while I'm on her porch, and I thought, this is very interesting. I really wanted to stop and take a picture, but John was like, hey, let's go. So I pull out my phone and I'm kind of taking a picture because one of them breaks off and follows me across the street, and I've got a video going and I'm taking a picture of this one butterfly. I don't even mention it to John. Oh, guess what happened with the butterflies? Not then, you know, not time. So we go on our trip. I hear from my amazing team that they had helped Oscar pass over to the bridge, and this one morning, we're in Sedona, which is a beautiful healing place. Went out there, and we're walking, and this butterfly comes and gets right in my face. The very next morning after Oscar, and it's right here in my face. Now John's, you know, I'm like, John, and he's looking at it, and it's staying right here, and he's like, wow, yeah, you know. So at that point, I finally tell him about the 2 little butterflies. Now, the thing about this single butterfly, it was yellow and in full, brilliant color. It was huge and amazing and beautiful. And as soon as I was telling John about what happened with Oscar the night before and the 2 butterflies and the whole story, the butterfly disappeared. I mean, it didn't vanish, but it flew off.
It went poof.
Right. So, and we never saw it again. We hiked on into where we were going. We hiked out. I get to that spot. I'm looking for that butterfly. It never, you know, it was like once we acknowledged that that was Oscar, it was okay. It was all taken care of. So, we went and looked for some art by local artists. I walked in an hour later into a little art shop. The very first picture that was sitting in the building was this picture. So, and this is exactly what that butterfly looked like. So it was amazing. Your donations allowed that entire story to happen because I had reached a point where I could not have funded all of the need myself. So I just want to thank you very much. The last story I want to tell you about is little Trixie. And this is a woman who, again, did not want to take advantage, but she qualified for the wall, went through our service. She was so overwhelmed with our service that what she's doing is, because she was denied care credit, tapped into the wall, she is paying the wall back $25 to the full fee because she wants to provide that to someone just like her. So I just want you guys to know you are making a difference here, and I just appreciate you so much, and I just want to ask you to give yourselves and each other a round of applause, please. Okay, so we do have facilitators inside the building.
Yes, we do.
Yes, yes. So Jill is going to actually let me do you. Okay, so Jill is going to be facilitating inside to help you hang your stars. For those of you who are repeat donors, we have put a little post-it note where your star was hung last year, and you are, so that you can find that, and we'll help you find your star. I think Elizabeth may be going in to help with that as well. And you're welcome to hang your star right back where you are. We do have the new memorial wall, and if you'd like to select a different spot, that is perfectly fine too. So we're going to start with Jill, and she is going to be hanging stars for her Happy, Joy, Joy, and Pan. Thank you. And then I'm just going to be calling some names randomly as I pull them right now. Coco and Tommy Powers. Oh, and if everybody will just come back out on the lawn just for a brief final word and celebration before we leave. Sydney Hardifer.
You can pick, there's some places here, or there's...
Oh, wait, I think that might be taken.
How about this one? Is that okay? It's always a shock to me.
Or do all these,
My
the
baby.
new ones go on this wall, you guys?
Yeah.
You can go any place you want.
Most of this side is
Oh,
taken.
no.
Yeah. Just the ones at the top. Here's a map, because some of them don't have post-it notes right now.